When Marvel first announced it was making the Guardians of the Galaxy into a movie, many people raised an eyebrow. After all, you may know Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America, but who's Star-Lord, Groot, Gamora, Drax, and Rocket Raccoon? Some wondered if Marvel was taking a big risk making a movie about comic book characters that aren't generally thought to be mainstream. Well, then the trailers came out, then the positive buzz, then the release date, and the rest is history. It grossed over $94 million on its opening weekend, and that's a record for an August release. Now, Michael Rooker doesn't play one of the characters I just mentioned, but he does play a significant role in the lives of the Guardians, one of them especially significant. Yondu is also a character in the comic books, and in the movie he comes off a little bit like a space cowboy. And I can't help but think of Nathan Fillion in Castle as I say space cowboy, but Yondu does have kind of that crazy space wrestler, rogue, galactic bad boy vibe about him, and despite some of his tactics, you can't help but like him a little. Rooker is perfect for the role, and the timing was also perfect for him as his character Merle Dixon had just made his exit from The Walking Dead. When I talked to him, he was in the middle of signing a bunch of autographs at Wizard World San Antonio Comic-Con, but he took a couple of minutes to talk about his new favorite character, one he hopes will be back in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. All right, Michael Rooker, thank you so much for joining us today.
Right on, good to be here.
We're going to talk a little bit about Guardians of the Galaxy right now, and I know that you are a comic book fan already going into this, and that includes being a big Marvel comic book fan as well.
That's true.
What were some of your favorites?
The guy's right next door.
Oh, the Hulk?
The Hulk. I really enjoyed the Hulk.
Okay, awesome.
Growing up, I loved the comics, also loved his TV series as well.
It was great. And he didn't need any CGI.
No, he did not.
Well, for people who may not be well-versed in the comic book realm, and of course that was the big talk when they announced they were going to do Guardians of the Galaxy,
yeah.
Tell the audience a little bit about your character, Yondu.
Well, I don't want to say a lot, but, Yondu is the leader of the Ravagers.
Yep.
He collected early on a young Earthling.
Yes.
And raised him as his own. Chose not to deliver him to wherever he was supposed to deliver him to, and instead keeping him and raising him as his own and teaching him how to survive in a galaxy, in the universe where a lot of alien groups and individuals want to eat him.
Yeah, right.
So
just enough to make anybody uncomfortable.
A wee bit.
Need a friend like Yondu.
That's right. And you know what? He had some kahunas on him, so
yeah.
he learned how to fight back and take care of himself.
Well, a couple of things stand out for me. I saw the film today and really liked it. Really liked Yondu's character a lot too.
Thank you.
I mean, it's kind of interesting because he's got kind of a pirate/smuggler approach to things, which may mean several things on the moral scale, but you can't help but like him.
Well, it's hard to judge morally.
Yeah.
What he's not a human.
Right.
So when he says stuff like, "I'm going to kill you," does it really mean I'm going to kill you, or does it mean that I'm going to do things to you that make you wish you were dead?
Well, and looking at this and looking at everything you went through to become Yondu, I mean, you had a lot of makeup, a lot of work done, even in your teeth.
I did, yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about what it took to put all that together, and then your approach to him? Because I like how you kind of gave him kind of an old West kind of Southern accent to the character as well.
And that was James Gunn's choice.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to do that from day one. He wrote the role with me in mind, so he wrote the role as a combination, Michael Rooker, the real Yondu from the comics, and from his imagination, how he wanted Yondu to be, and Merle Dixon, to be quite frankly, stated. He all those that kind of stuff is sort of all melded together and creates a very unique character. And so you may see just elements of myself in there, and so people who know me are going to go like, and of course people who who are big fans of The Walking Dead are going to, I mean, Merle's attitude and Yondu's attitude toward life and love and dealing with siblings and children and stuff may be very similar. Very tough love oriented individuals. You know.
All right, well, my last question for you, sir, is obviously it's already a big success. You've had the original film here that started it all off has had some really good reviews from both fans and critics, which I'm sure has to be rewarding to you. And they've already just said they're going to do Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which means you haven't seen the last of Yondu, guys.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, or at least that's the plan, and that's the hope, because I know you enjoyed the character.
That's definitely the hope. I'm always up for doing more Yondu. So Yondu is a very cool role, and people are digging it. And I have a feeling if we are doing another one, so hopefully Yondu will be a good significant part in it. Who knows?
We'll push for it.
Well, you never know. You never know. I mean, how things end up being written, and so it's kind of cool, fun. It's fun to be involved in a movie like this, in a whole franchise like this. It's fun to be involved, and you never know how much you're going to be involved. So it's whatever it is, it's going to be cool.
Absolutely.
So I'm up for it.
Well, we enjoyed it, and I appreciate your time today, sir. It was great talking to you about it.
My pleasure.